Going in for the kill, in for the thrill like a drink at the wheel. Hungry, I'm going in for a meal, in for a penny, not in for a meal.
Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at some squishy tanks, so basically tanks that don't really have much armour. And the first video we got up today is from Supreme Carrot from Void, and he'll be driving the Leopard one, which is tier 10 German medium tank. And they are on their way to spawns. And what he's going to do is going to play aggressively and try and get those early spots in, because the enemy team have the 4 mediums and lights. So having not seen them there, clearly they've gone the heavy brute, and he's able to come in, push up, get that early spot on the 100, get that shot off. That's good. A little bit of damage gone straight away into the game. And what he's basically going to do is going to try and push around and rotate back to the rest of his team, because his team are being quite passive. You've got the 2 that have gone to spawn and are flanking around, and he can tell that the enemies are probably pushing around into his spawn. He reads that quite well, and he's gone back to support. So as you can see, he's come and he's intercepted those 4 tanks there, and now they're kind of isolated because nobody really wants to push up on him too much, so he's going to be able to just kind of farm from the back here. And he's basically going to just sit back and wait the 9 seconds for his camo to reload there, and then he's probably going to try and push forward a little bit more, and the other tanks drop to the radar there, get the spots off on these tanks so his teammates can get the cross shots in on them. Because with squishy tanks you really don't want to be exposing yourself really for any great deal of time, and when you do want to expose, a lot of squishy tanks will be mediums and lights, and they'll have slightly better DPM, so you want to conserve your hit points for any brawls, because the enemy teammates they're going to be penning you with their shots. If they're not, they're doing something wrong. I mean, if you can't pen a Leo 1, either they've got some troll bouncers off the armour, if they've kind of angled it just perfectly, but you spread your primer across it and all's good in the world. So what he's basically going to do here is he's going to provide a supporting role for the tanks that are pushing through the middle there. You can see the E5 there is going across, he's going back to spawn because that's where most of the action is, and he gets a few unlucky shots here. RNG isn't really in his favour. That KPFZ should have died earlier, however he does get the kill shot on it, and they've lost 1 tank from the spawn, I think, so it's quite a stalemate at the moment. And on this map you do get that quite often, where the teams are just kind of 1 for 1, one will go one way, one will go the other, and nobody really wants to poke out too much, because first to poke usually gets kind of nuked pretty quickly. So here what they're basically going to do is he's going to try and get into spot positions where he can just spot the enemies and take the damage off them. He's just kind of wary there of that tank coming around. It's kind of high pen, so the E100 can pen him with the high explosive on the side of the tank and the side of the turret if he turns it too much. So he's going to want to be careful. However, it doesn't look like the E100 is focusing him, it looks like the E100 is just looking across the other side of the map. So he's going to push up because the E100 at the moment is quite isolated. However, does come across that Progetto, the tier 10 from that new Pan-European tank line that was introduced in 6.5, and he's going to come across Progetto, put some shots in, gets a lovely ammo rack there, which really helps him. And now T92 is going to come along helping with the E100. E100 isn't really standing any chance here because Leo 1 has really good DPM, and if you're a heavy tank, you've got 2 meds or lights circle deathing you, yeah, there's not much you can really do there. I would have focused Leo 1, I mean, that's tier 10, but a DPM, you can have explosives then, the T92 is just dying. And unfortunately he doesn't get that kill off, the ISM does. Now he's basically just going to move across and clear up the other 2 tanks, and he's played really well here because he's played semi-passively. He hasn't been too aggressive in the tank, and you don't need to be, but he's been aggressive when it mattered, such as pushing up into that E100 and the Progetto there, because had they not done that, they would have been able to probably take out that T92 together, and then who knows, the other side of the tank looks pretty secure. However, 121B there is a pretty strong tank, and it clearly he's full HP, so might have been camping, might have been just farming up the rest of the teammates. And now, this team is going to come in, help him clear up. He ends the game really luckily, just got 5 HP, which is showing how to maximise the rest of your damage for brawling at the end there, like I said previously in the video. So the next video that we have got coming up is going to be me playing the standard B. So this is one of the new auto reloaders. I'm basically going to show kind of how you maximise your clip potential. Now this isn't really the biggest damage game, but it's a good one for showing kind of when to know to rotate and how to not really be too aggressive but still get those spots in early on, and how to read what the enemy team's doing basically. So what I'm going to do here is, it's new bay, I'm going to push up onto this bit, try and get some early spots in. Clearly I've been spotted, so it's probably not that heavy tank there that spotted me, it's probably going to be the other mediums. And see this standard B here, pushing forward a bit, so I'm just going to back off. I don't really want to engage him at the start of the game, waste my hit points on a worthless trade with him. And I'm just going to back off here, and I see that he's gone. I'm just going to back down here again and try and get shots into them, because I was just wary of the standard B rushing. However, seeing as he's gone back, I think it's safe to kind of stay in this area. And I'll be looking across here, and you'll see that the WT is just going to pop up and get a nice engine fire, and I'm able to clear him off with the clipping ability of my tank. And that means I can just get the last little shot off here on T63. I'm just going to wait for my reload to come, because with this tank it is very much kind of sort of hit and run playstyle, but you can still brawl semi-effectively if you want to, say, put 3 shots out and put an extra shot out. You can do what, 1,300 damage in your clip and that extra shot. I was just waited there for my second shell to reload, and I'm just going to switch to AP just to confirm the shot on that. I didn't really want the high explosive splash, even though the standard B has really good high explosive, and it's actually 105mm, which is more than most tier 10s. It's definitely nothing to be sniffed at, and can work really well if people don't really know that standard B has much high explosive pen. It's a really good kind of way to rack up the damage, because you think 3 high explosive shots at 400 each, you can get a roll of 1200 on your clip, which is like AMX 50B territory. And here I'm just kind of pushing up, I'm trying to hold here, but I realise that they're starting to push around into the back of our spawn. So I'm basically going to try and focus the tank to the back there, grind them down, and basically mean that they have to get back because there are actually tanks shooting at them. And you see I'll put that T92 back on to a one-shot, and he's just going to really retreat. He's actually going to come back and kind of rotate around to their spawn. It's not looking good. It's 4 against 3 for the enemies, and they're gonna get our E5 while I push back around here to stop that T62A from pushing this way. So I noticed the I7's pushing that way, so I think, okay, well, clearly the teammates are coming through that way, through the back of our spawn. I'm going to come here and take out that BK, and now I was assuming that the I7 would push forward a bit more and I could get shots down onto his engine deck. However, he doesn't. I can't really pen his turret even with the heat, so I'll just back off, take out T92, and got it down to 2v2 instead of a 2v4. AMX really just camps in the back all the entire game, so I'm going to take credit for reading the rotation of the enemies well here to deny them the chance to really get through into our spawn. That's a really good thing about this position on this map, is you're really able to work anyone that tries to push round into your teammates at the back. And I'm surprised I'm spotted there actually. I mean, I just see the top of his tank, so it's unfortunate but can't be done. But I see the T60A has pushed down around this way to try and get that AMX. I'm basically going to come across, get the cross shots in and distract him. I do take a shot here, but look, I've saved all my hit points from the rest of this battle, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And me and the AMX basically just going to hold down here. He's going to come behind me and provide shots for the I7 who's going to pop around the corner here. I just wait for him to turn a little bit. He does get quite a nice round match on me. Does about 800 damage, but really 1v2 against 2 tanks with autoloaders. Yeah, it's not going to go down well too well for him. And you see, I'm just going to go around him, not let him get the shot on me, and we win that game. I do 4.7k. It's only first class because this tank is very strong in its own right, and it's kind of how you play squishy tanks, is don't let them get the shots on you, because if they do, they're going to pen you quite easily, and you want to just really watch the rotation of your team, because you really don't want to get isolated in these battles.
Going in for the kill, in for the thrill like a drink at the wheel. Hungry, I'm going in for a meal, in for a penny night, in for a meal.